everybody. My name is Julie DeFilippi. I work here at SCARE as the youth coordinator, and I also help out in admin. Welcome to our wintertime training. This is called the Cultural Traditions and Sharing. I just wanted to share with you too that I'm part Aleut from Alaska on my mom's side and Italian on my dad's.
Hi, my name is Kathy Wilkutz. I am Lakota. I am from the Cheyenne River Reservation in South Dakota. My father is from the Rosebud Reservation. I am a Tupi cultural educator here at SCARE, and today we are bringing you cultural traditions and practices through the wintertime.
But my Indian name is Steve Garcia. I'm a Tongva, Mescalero Apache, and Yaqui from my father's side in Los Angeles. They say the San Gabriel. And yeah, I'm here to be a cultural educator or a culture keeper, and have a good day.
Hey, my name is Atle. I'm the cameraman. I'll be the one behind the scenes putting this all together for you all.
Nice.
Normally when we do our circles, we start with a prayer. And normally we smudge outside. But today, because we are practicing social distancing and being safe, we have our circle inside, and we cannot smudge with smoke inside the building. But I do have our 4 sacred medicines here. We have tobacco, cedar, sage, and sweetgrass in our abalone shell. We have our eagle feathers to pray with. And you know, you don't necessarily have to burn it to receive the energy from the medicines. Holding it is enough. So I'll go ahead and start. And we just ask Creator to guide our thoughts, guide our words, guide our actions, guide our needs. Help us help ourselves. Help us help others. And we ask Creator for wisdom to be imparted today, love to be shared, kindness, generosity, and helpfulness to all our families and our communities. Thank you. Aho mitakuya yasin. Umpetu washte. And go ahead, Julie, would you like to start with the community prayer?
I just want to send a prayer to everyone out there, all our families, for just more love, communications, stay in touch with everybody. The family is just, it's important. And just for the safety through everything that's going on, and peace.
Yeah, I'd like to say that a long time ago when I was a little boy, I asked the elders about, prayer and ceremony and such. And as I always say, I said, ceremony and prayer is for man and women, or women and men, however order you want to go, because the Creator already knows what you have in your mind, what your thoughts are, what your intentions are. And so all these things that we hold already come from our Mother Earth. And so they already belong to her. The only thing we really have is our bodies, our flesh, our blood. And because our mind is always fought over, what I mean by that is, the thoughts that we have running through our minds, we always don't have to entertain those thoughts. We can put them on hold and think about them. And this is what they meant about think what you're going to say before you say it. Think what you're going to do before you do it. Is it important? Does it have meaning? And will it help or hurt somebody? And so we're here to help each other. And so these things are nice, but you are already a part of all these things. You're a part of the air, the earth, the sun, the water. All these elements it took to create you, to your parents and all your ancestors before you. And so these things that we gather from the earth, we put them together in these altar positions to say thank you for our lives, for our beginnings, for our journeys, and for our end. And so when it comes to the day to say goodbye to friends and family and things like that, pets, or anything, any relationship we're having with any kind of material things too. When we lose them, we don't necessarily lose them if we just think back on the memory that we have of them. So nothing's ever really gone. It's all here. It's all waiting for you. And so rest that you're full. You're full, and you were given those things to always remember. And so I say Wopila, which is a gift, Pilamaya, which means thank you, and Lakota Tahove, which means nice or thank you in Tonga. And thank you for this day, for this cedar that made the flute, the sage on my eagle feathers that were given to me, and especially my heart that I give to everybody else too.
I'd like to ask you, Stephen, if you could lead us in a 4 directions prayer.
Okay. This way, that way, and the other way. No.
We would like to ask Stephen to lead us in a 4 directions prayer.
So, on this day, we thank the Creator. When we face the east, we say a new day and the sunrise. And we thank this new day for new beginnings, new thoughts, new ventures. You always are given a new start. And we thank the Creator for waking us up, giving us this eyesight, hearing, be able to speak. And it's always a blessing, all the faculties that you have, because so many people don't, have everything that we have. So every day is a blessing. Beginning. Thank you to the east. Oh, so we face the south, and we thank the south for the green things and the trees, the growing things, the sage, the sweetgrass, the cedar, the tobacco. In the springtime, when things are grown, and the little animals, the wingeds, crawlers, the swimmers, four-leggeds, and us two-leggeds. We thank you for the summer and the springtime. Thank you. We face the west, and we thank the west for taking the sun at the end of the day and making it nighttime. And we thank the west for taking our relatives when they pass away. Their spirit travels to the west. As the sun goes down and the moon comes up, we thank the west for these things, giving us that time, the energies that we share. Oh. We face the north. To the north, we thank the wintertime for coming in, for bringing that cold, for bringing that snow, for bringing that rain, and for making us come inside, and actually come inside to ourselves too, to think of things. When you have a situation, I don't call them problems because they'll pass too. But when you have a situation, if you face the north for some reason, the answers come in easier when you close and you go into yourself and you give yourself that time to actually think about it. Actually sit down and ask yourself, what are my biggest situations right now? And you'll find out they're not that big. They may feel like it. They may feel overwhelming. But when you sleep on it, and when you come inside and really just give it time, you'll find an angle to help you out with it. And sometimes it does take time. You never know how long it takes. It's like grieving. There's no time limit on it. I know we give it a year, and then we wipe the tears after a year of mourning. But there's no time limit on grieving. It'll show up at different times, and you just have to deal with it and remember the good times. And so we thank the North for that wisdom that it brings to us. And so we say thank you to the North. So we come down to Mother Earth, and we say to Mother Earth for all the gifts that she brings us, all these beautiful stones, the cedar trees, the sage, the sweetgrass, the tobacco, the cottonwoods, all the plant medicine, all the food, everything that she gives to us. We thank our star, our Mother Earth, the Turtle Island. We thank Turtle Island for all the things that she gives to us. And then we raise above and we say to Father Sky, thank you for the wind that travels all around this world. So those are the thoughts that are connecting. You know, that wind carries our smoke and our thoughts. And it carries thoughts from all over the world, all the nations, you know, from every continent. We're getting the cold air and the wind that came from another part of the planet just yesterday or the day before, depending on how fast those winds are moving. And thank you for the rain. We ask the sky, bring us the water that we need. Bring the earth the water that she needs, the animals. And we thank you for the snow and for the stars that we get to see when the daylight passes and the night is. You know, those stars are there during the daytime, we just don't see them because the brightest star, Ampetui, the sun, is shining. And so at night when that calms down and then the moon shines and the stars are out, it's a beautiful thing. I had a sister we used to call Moonbeam. And I always think about that when I see the moon beaming down. My father used to call my sister Moonbeam, and they're both in the universe and the stars now. And so we go above that. We thank Creator for everything. When we say Wakan, Tanka, Tanka is big, Wakan is something unfathomable. And people use that word for holy or spiritual, but Wakan, it just means something that you can't even imagine. It's just so mysterious. And so when we say to the great mystery, thank you for everything you've created, because no matter what's around us, it took the materials from this earth and it took man's imagination, woman's imagination to create these things around us. And so we thank the Creator for helping us become creators in our own destiny, in our own days, in our own lives, and our own thoughts. And so we come back down to ourselves. And we thank ourselves for bringing us to this point in our life of caring for ourselves. Because if you don't care for yourself, how can you care for others? So we take care of this body. When we say our body is a temple, it is. Our thoughts, our actions, what we put into our body is what we get out. And so we put good thoughts into our minds, and we put good food into our bodies. And we thank Mother Earth and Father Sky, all the elements in creation for creating us. We're all perfect no matter how we are shaped, no matter what color we are, no matter what color our eyes are, no matter how we talk, what language we speak. We're perfect in the way the Creator put us, because what's a rainbow with only one color? So this is why I believe we were all mixed up on this planet and got to travel around. And there's a lot of hard times and there's a lot of hard people, but we need to soften their edges with love, because when you come down to it, love is the main derivative, the one thing that everybody's seeking, the one thing that we were all created by is love, and that's what's needed. And so we thank you for this love that you instilled in us, Creator. We know what you want. And we say, Pilamia, Jehovah, Mahalo Nui Loa. Ohej to you, open up the room. Home Tapia Yasin. Okay, flute song?
So Stephen will play the flute now. We can sit down.
Yeah, go ahead. All right.
is the time where we do our meditation, and it's a guided meditation, so I'll go ahead and guide you. You want to start with your feet flat on the ground, with your spine as straight as possible. Go ahead and close your eyes, and I want you to take 4 deep breaths in through your nose and out of your mouth. And you want to feel your belly expand as you do. I want you to go ahead and continue your breathing. We're going to do a cleansing meditation first. So I want you to visualize yourself barefoot with your feet on the earth. I want you to visualize a white waterfall of light flowing down from the top of your head through your entire body, inside your body, outside your body. This white waterfall of light cleansing every cell in your body, cleansing your mind, your emotions, your body, your spirit. Visualize this white waterfall of light going through every part of your body. Visualize it going from your head down through your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your fingers, going through your torso, down through your hips, down your legs, down to your toes, and coming out of your fingertips and your toes. Visualize this white waterfall of light, cleansing and clearing all unbeneficial energies that no longer serve you. See this unbeneficial energy coming out like gray or black smoke, and see it all come out of your body. Take a few more deep breaths. I want you to visualize roots coming from the bottom of your feet down into the earth, far into Mother Earth, as far as the middle of the core of the earth. And visualize Mother Earth's energy coming up from the core of Mother Earth, back up those roots, up into your body, nourishing you, revitalizing you, feeling your connection to the earth. And at the same time, I want you to visualize the sun rays shining down onto your body, feeling the warmth of the sun rays, feeling those rays going through into your mind. See those sun rays going through every cell in your body, illuminating the inside of your body. And visualize yourself as this beautiful beaming light. Visualize the warmth of the sun, the golden light going through every cell in your body, going through to your heart, meeting Mother Earth's energy in your heart space. And out of this love from Mother Earth and Father, Son is a beautiful star illuminating in your heart. And see it shining out of your heart, sparkling. And just visualize how beautiful that space in your heart is. Take a few more deep breaths. And at this time, I call in my ancestors. You can call in your ancestors if you wish. I call in my spirit helpers. You can call in your spirit helpers if you wish. And I just ask Creator to guide our thoughts, guide our words, guide our feelings and our emotions. And I request wisdom and our intuition. And I just ask Creator to give us the visions that we need to see now. And I want you now to visualize yourself in your chair with your feet still on Mother Earth. And I want you to see yourself coming out of your chairs, walking out of this space. And we're walking on some beautiful, lush green grass. You can feel the coolness of the grass. You can feel the dew that's still on the grass. You can feel how moist it feels on your feet and the coolness from the grass. And as we're walking, you see a little pond in front of you. And you can see the ducks in there swimming, some geese, some swans, some water birds. You can see turtles. You can see all the animal activity around you. You can hear the birds singing. You can hear people in the background laughing, children playing. And I want you to go ahead and find a place by this pond and sit there in the grass. You could even lay down and just feel the coolness of the earth. And just take your time right now. We're just going to be silent for a couple minutes. As you take all of this in. I want you to feel your muscles, and if you're holding any tension in your muscles, release that tension in your muscles. Relax your muscles as much as you can. And just see Mother Earth taking all that tension out of you, absorbing it through the grass. Feel the shift in your body. Feel your body relax. Feel your body at ease. your muscles, your nerves, your tendons, everything in your body just relaxing as you're laying on this nice cushion of grass on the earth. And as you're laying there, Mother Earth is healing your body, your mind, and your spirit. It's good to do this often so that you can continue your relationship with Mother Earth. Remind her that you still are there, that you also send your love to her. Just as much as you love this connection with Mother Earth, she also loves this connection with you. Take a few more deep breaths. And as much as this feels so good to stay here, we could stay here all day. It's time for us to go ahead and get back up. Thank Mother Earth for the healing, for the blessing, for the connection. And go ahead and get up. I want you to observe your surroundings, how beautiful it is to live here on Mother Earth with all our relatives, the birds, the insects, other family members, our community. Visualize the trees, our parks. All around you is peace and serenity, happiness and joy, children, laughter is always healing to hear. So go ahead and start walking back into this room, back into your chairs, back into your bodies. And I want you to take a few moments to shift your body slowly back into this reality by wiggling your toes, moving your fingers, moving your hands, your body. Stretch if you have to. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes slowly. So often in our meditations, we come back and we share with one another what we experienced. A lot of times in our circles, we receive healing just from sometimes what the other person has felt or seen or heard in their meditation. So, Stephen, would you like to start?
No, yeah. Oof. Okay. Can you hand me a tissue, please? Oh, man. Thank you. Had to take me there, huh? Yeah, it's cool you said the ducks and shout out to the insects. Went to that grassy spot after seeing all the fish and turtles and ducks and geese and swans, and even those white pelicans that come down every once in a while to the lake. Excuse me. So I sat down on that grass and I was thinking, oh, this is Choice Lake, you know, because we go there. And okay, my sister walked up. She goes, hey. I was like, oh shoot. She sat down on the grass and she's like, so what's the story? And I was like, you tell me. And she said, you found a rabbit here the other day, huh? And I said, yeah. I said, some people brought it in a carrier and the little girl was crying. I could hear her. And I said, what are you guys up to? And they walked back to their car really quick. But that little girl, we met eyes. And I said, did you guys leave a kitty or a puppy back there? Because I felt like, wow, that's uncool. People abandoning animals, you know? I said, I'm gonna go check. And I could just see her eyes like, please do, you know? And the mom was yelling at her in Spanish to hurry up. And so they got in the truck and they drove away. I took a picture, but I wasn't gonna turn it in because, as you said, maybe they're experiencing hard times and they can't feed the rabbit or something, you know. But I didn't know it was a rabbit. I went up in the bushes to look for it. And I was like, kitty, kitty, kitty. And then I was like, come here. I figured maybe a puppy had come running out or something. And I walked right past it. And I never they left it. And I turned around and I looked down and there was this black and white spotted rabbit. And I was like, oh, it's a rabbit. And so I put my hand over it first, just a few inches to let it know that I didn't mean it harm. And then it let me pick it up. It was really docile. And so I picked her up, and not knowing if it was a boy or a girl, I picked it up and held on to it, and I looked around and didn't see anything, and so I walked back to the car. That's when you said, what is that? I said, it's a rabbit. Somebody left a rabbit. I said, man, that's abandonment. I said, this would have been coyote food or fox food tonight. And so my sister Alita's sitting there and she goes, so what happened? And I'm like, well, the next morning Kat said, hey, you're not going to believe this. And it had all these, what they call kittens. When rabbits have babies, they call them kids or kittens. And only one of them made it, you know, 3 of them made it through the night, and then only one of them survived out of those 3. And so I felt really bad. I mean, I still do. I felt really bad about it. You know, like I should have been more attentive. You know, I thought the mom was, you know, taking care of her stuff, but she must have been her first pregnancy, and that she was traumatized by being abandoned. So she didn't know how to take care of these bunnies, and she didn't have the right setup. And she did what she could. She pulled a lot of her fur out and made a nest for them and stuff. But then through the night, she kicked them all around. So, and now I have a heating pad for that one. Been nursing it and having the mom try and nurse it, but I don't think she knows how to take care of babies. She's young. And Alita said, don't stress yourself about it. She used to be a pet shop owner. She said they're fragile and a lot of times they don't make it just because of certain reasons. And I was like, but what's the deal with this? And she said, it's like what the world's going through right now. A lot aren't making it, you know, and you think they're gonna make it, and a lot of the moms are stressed, you know. And even when I went to the pet store to get that milk for the baby, the guy at the pet store goes, a lady came in right after Katsy came in to buy food. The lady came in and said, this big rabbit just hopped right up to my feet. And I was like, really? There was another one? She goes, yeah, it was a big boy. I was like, oh my God, they turned 2 rabbits loose. I said, he must have hopped off. And I'm like, well, at least she came in and did the right thing too, you know, came in and bought him food and such. And so I asked my sister, I said, so what's up, man? And she goes, I just came to tell you don't stress about it. And this is my sister who just passed away on Father's Day. But she's looking at me and she goes, I said, how are you? She said, I feel great. And that right there, and she said that, you know, that spirit, I feel great, you know. She's not attached to that earth body anymore that was so full of pain. And, you know, that thing we went to do for the women in recovery, a lot of them with the opioid addictions and such, you know, they don't mean to be that way. The doctors just prescribe it and then they get attached to it. And, you know, that she had a defibrillator and a pacemaker, and none of those worked anymore. So, you know, this world, it's hard to live in certain situations, and I wonder why certain people are given the lives that they're given. But we all have our lessons. We all have our lives to be examples in certain areas, you know, whether we don't choose it for some reason. We try to choose our actions and our ways. Sometimes they're just given to us, and you wonder why. But I just wanted to say thank you for that. I didn't expect that whole thing to come out like that. I was expecting something else, but never expect anything, right? Just be open to everything. So, to Moonbeam, Opila, to Obit, Lamia, and given that one rabbit to take care of, you know, hopefully that works out. And seems to be on its 3rd or 4th day doing really well. So let's pray for the rabbits, right? In all forms.
Thank you for sharing with us. It's helpful when we can sit together and listen to one another and share our pain, because then, you know, you're not carrying it all yourself. You're able to release that, and other people know, you know, what you're going through.
Yeah.
Maybe it's helpful for you as well when people know how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Julie, would you like to go next?
I've been holding on to this crystal, and it's very hot. It's very hot. I didn't get a lot. Or maybe I did. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Every time it's different for me when we go through these meditations. I just feel my heart is just filled with a lot of love. And I sent it, sent a lot of my love to my cousin Mariana. She had just passed yesterday. Unexpectedly of a heart attack. And I can think about all the good things, like this past year I finally got to see her after almost 15 years, and it was really nice back in March when this all went down. We went to the park, went to Balboa Park on the grass. So when you sit on the grass and barefoot and feeling the coldness of the earth. It brought me back to that day. It feels good. It just feels really good. Because I kind of feel it right now. It's really important. I think the lesson I learned is family's important, and you've got to stay connected no matter what, because we only have one life, and family is everything. And I think I'm learning that lesson today. So I think it's a teaching lesson to really stay connected and start picking up the phone and talking to people. And talking to your family and staying in touch and keeping them up to date, no matter how small those things are, because it's really, really, really important, guys.
Yeah.
I love you, Mariana.
Thank you, Julie, for sharing.
Thank you.
I know it's so hard with this year. It has been really hard on many people losing loved ones. You know, not only in our small communities, but worldwide. And it's a tough year, you know, we have to, you know, talk about that. It is a tough year for all of us, and especially for parents, you know, we try to put on a happy smile for our children and, you know, let them know we're strong and we're there for them. And, you know, it's okay to go for a walk and cry, let your feelings out, talk to another person, you know, remember self-care is so important to let your feelings out. And also to show your vulnerability with others, you know, and your children. I think it's good for them when you're able to share your feelings with them rather than hiding them. I mean, you don't want to scare them, but you know, you do want to sit down and talk to them in a calm way and just let them know what you're going through. Because it teaches them too that it's okay to share, it's okay to cry, it's okay to feel sad, you know, it's okay to be angry. And holidays are tough. You know, we always see on TV the Christmas shows, like all this happiness and joy, and you see mostly things about shopping, you know, but we really have to stay grounded, and like Julie said, and Stephen, like family's important. And wintertime, you know, is a time where Mother Earth is quiet, you know, nothing on the trees are bearing fruit right now. Everything is asleep, ready for the next season. So we have to be like Mother Earth. Mother Earth has great teachings where we need to come in and take care of ourselves so that we can bear fruit again in the springtime. And I think that the holidays do cause a lot of parents a lot of stress because, you know, if you were to watch the television, it's all about go shopping, go here, go do this activity, where really I think it's best to, you know, stay home, be with your children, maybe do some art projects, make a nice dinner together, bake some cookies. You can reach out to other people by making Christmas cards for people. You know, you're still connected, but you don't have to go out and, you know, fill every hour of every day. Just remember your time, and building your relationships with your children is important too. So having that quality time is so valuable, and they'll remember it. You know, they'll look back. You know, I can think about my mother when she would, through the whole year, she would buy her siblings one present. Like I remember an aunt, she bought a silk blouse for her, and she actually got it in the summertime, and she found a good deal, a good sale at the stores, and she put it away in a box and put it in her closet. So I always remember going into my mom's closet and seeing all these gifts, like she'd collect one a month maybe, and then by the time Christmas came, like she just had to pull everything out and wrap it and put it under the tree. So I'm thankful to her for you know, observing her actions and seeing how she dealt with, you know, not having a lot of money, but still able to buy beautiful presents that were meaningful to those she loved. And you know, I'm getting a little sad just thinking about my mom. You know, it is tough for us. You know, both my parents are gone, and I have my little family, you know, Stephen and our 2 daughters. And one daughter is away, she lives in San Francisco, and, you know, it looks like we may not be able to spend Christmas together, even though that's what our plan was. So, you know, we're probably going to postpone Christmas and wait for, you know, when the lockdown is finished and she can come down and we could spend time together. So, you know, it's not necessary to have to celebrate like on Christmas. You can postpone it, you know, if you like, because it's all about family, you know. You have to just think it's all about family, your togetherness, being together, appreciating one another.
Winter solstice.
Yeah, winter solstice. Um, it's a tough Christmas. I'm gonna keep saying that because it is.
Yeah.
And we have to acknowledge that. And we have to be present with that and think about how can we help one another? How can we be there for one another? And I think right now, more than any time, it's best to like make those phone calls to your friends and your families, you know, just to ask them how are they doing, you know, share a little story of your life to help inspire them maybe, you know, share a recipe with them, you know, just little things. So,
True.
would you like to add anything, Julie or Stephen?
No, you said it. You said it.
You hit it.
You did.
Go ahead. You good?
No, I'm good, thank you.
No. Yeah, it's hard when we're at that age where we're losing cousins and friends and family. And I say that age, but you know, as we're older, but when we were younger, I lost cousins and friends. You know, so I learned about it really early, almost too early. I know people that never had to deal with it till they were way up. But you know, ever since I was younger, for some reason, I'm the one who always either finds them or gets to hear about it. You know, and I always ask, why me? Why am I the one who always gets to find everybody? You know, and be the first on the scene. But one of my elders said, "'Cause you helped them through that transition." You know, I'm talking from little kids to teenagers being, you know, caught in crossfire or fights or, you know, stuff like that, car accidents, or just natural causes. But it's a strength that I had to learn to be hollow, you know, to just put the good feelings there, but to let it go through you, because, you know, we internalize so much, we hold on to so much, and I haven't mastered the hollow yet, but, you know, I'm learning to release, you know, to let go of things. The other day I finally got to surf after a long time, and because my shoulder and back were hurting, muscles. But I finally got to surf, and while I was out there sitting and keeping my social distance from a lot of the guys, because it was big enough that there weren't too many guys out in the water. I looked around and nobody's around, and I said, okay, here comes the release. So I must have filled the ocean a few inches that day. And the funny thing was, you know, we have our earthly problems, right? Because when I was getting ready to get into the water, I went to put on my wetsuit, and I always check my little pocket where the key goes in so I don't lose my key, and it wasn't in there. And I was like, what? I know I put it in. So I backtracked the sand, my footprints where I was. Nope, it's nowhere to be found. Went up all the way back to the car. Looked in the car, I said, gosh, I hope I locked it in the car. You know, I looked around the car, because when I left I saw a man sitting on the bench. He looked houseless. He was looking at me. It looked like he wanted to say something, but he didn't. And I just waved to him, and then he nodded his head. And I'm like, oh my goodness, if he found my key, then my car's not going to be there when I get back. And I said, but I'm not going to put that on him. I'm like, maybe he didn't. Maybe he was just going to say something, but realized I was going surfing. So I backtracked again, and I was like, nope, I got to go back. So I backtracked like 3 or 4 times. I said, you know what? Came here to surf. That problem will still be there. It's not a problem. It's just an issue. I'll get through it. And I said, if I have to make phone calls when I get out, I will. And so I'm putting on my wetsuit going, my phone's in the car too, so I'm gonna have to ask the lifeguards. And I said, yeah, it'll work itself out. So I surfed, had a great session. Like I said, released, even cried out there for a while, but had a really good surf session. Came back in and walked my tracks again, and nope, I walked them again, nope. And so finally I asked the lifeguard to call AAA, and for some reason it wasn't working, and so then I called remembered my mom's phone number. My sister answered and said, yeah, we'll call AAA. Guy showed up, opened my car, nope, my key, that single key was not in there. Had my keys, but not that single key, so called AAA back, and they were gonna come tow it. Cat was gonna come pick me up because they don't want people riding with the tow truck drivers anymore, so. Called her back and said, hey, refigured it out. I called AAA and they're gonna have a locksmith come and make me a key for way less than what I would be paying anybody else, because AAA member for many years. And I said, see, it's working out, it's working out. And it's the same situation, but it's how you deal with it. And so I'm learning that, I hit 60 in November, and it took me this long to realize, you just gotta relax, deal with it. Every year, Creator throws a funny thing at you and says, look, you're gonna have to learn to deal with this. And we're still here. Think of all the things we've all been through, all of us, and a lot of friends. And I tell them, I have friends that have really bad anxiety, won't even leave the house sometimes. And I tell them, it's just your energy, it's just your power coming in. My friend said, wow, I'm really glad you told me that, because now I think when I get too amped, that's just my power, that's just my energy coming in, and nothing's gonna happen. I've lived this long and I've had worse episodes. And I said, cool. And so situations show up and we learn to deal with it. And so this Christmas, this too will pass. We'll have a good Christmas. No matter what we get or don't get, what we do get is ourselves to take care of, and our family to take care of, and make things. Doesn't have to be the best thing on the planet, make things, create things. Crafty, we're all crafty, we all have imagination. And I always like the handmade things anyway. Anybody can go out and buy something for you, and yeah, that's nice, but thoughtful things that people actually took their time to work on and thinking of you while they make it, that to me is really heartfelt. So thank you, Kathy, for pulling this all out of me.
I think it's important, to remember our self-care. There's 24 hours in a day, and, we can dedicate 1 hour to our own healing, whether that be exercise, meditation, going to get a massage. Right now you can't, but maybe your loved one can give you a massage, and a hot bath. You can always take an Epsom salt bath. Just do the little things for yourself, like drinking a nice tea, going for a walk in nature. All of those things are healing and beneficial to you. And I want to go ahead and pull a card, a positive card, to help uplift our energy. And also I wanted to go around the circle one more time, and if we can share a holiday tradition that we have from our tribe or our family. I'll go ahead and share mine right now. And I remember going back with my grandmother and my mother to our reservation, and our community is called Greengrass in South Dakota on the Cheyenne River Reservation. And I remember every year the Christmas tree would have tobacco pouches, and I always thought that was interesting as a child, like, why are they putting tobacco on the tree, And it's really interesting how now, like, my title is the Sacred Pipe Tobacco Use Prevention Education Cultural Educator. So it's all about sacred tobacco. So it's really interesting how those, those early memories and then being where I am now are really significant and impactful. And one tradition I'd like to share is, we practice Christmas. We celebrate it. We're not religious. We are traditional. Like I am Lakota. I practice my spirituality. So thinking back to that tree, we put in, we made these little white buffaloes and we put them all over our tree. So we have these rawhide white buffaloes on our tree. And that's to honor my tribe and our spiritual practices. We do practice Christmas because I was raised in a church when I was younger. Because of the boarding schools and my mother and father being in boarding school and raised in a church, I grew up with those traditions as a child. In my adult years, I practiced our Lakota ceremonies, but I still love Mother Nature, and I love bringing a tree into the home and honoring her in that way. And I do believe Jesus was a good person. Stephen and I like to say that he is like a medicine man. So it's good to respect all religions and celebrate the ones that you like, and just enjoy this time. And that's what I'd like to share. Julie, would you like to share yours?
We have a lot of traditions on my dad's side. I was raised more on the Italian side growing up, so I know it was just mainly just getting together with family every year, and all the yummy foods that we shared together, and the big groups that got together, all the kids playing together, baking cookies, and helping the elders in the kitchens start cooking the foods and all that stuff, prepping all the vegetables, and it was just all that. And as I got older, I really started trying to tap into my mom's side of the Aleut side and their traditions. And it's very hard to find the traditions of the Aleuts because it's like thousands of years ago they were wiped out. And the Russians came in, so it's all Russian Orthodox Christian now. And I've just learned that.
Yeah.
And they do not celebrate Christmas when Christmas is here. They celebrate it January 7th. This is all stuff that I've learned.
Wow.
It's called star spinning, and it was originated from Ukraine. Like, I want to say 10,000 years ago is when it originated, star spinning from Ukraine, and then the Russians brought it over to the Aleuts in Alaska, and they started practicing that. So on January 6th or 7th, they sing Christmas carols going house to house, and the crowd grows bigger because everybody starts to participate. And this can go on for days. And so they go house to house singing Christmas carols. Like I said, the crowd gets bigger over the amount of time in the houses that they visit. And at the end of those few days, they eat cookies, and they have big, all the food is there. They give out gifts to everybody, which I think it's very neat to see that everybody gets together, and they sing and they celebrate, and they're loving. They give out gifts at the end, and everybody's just eating together and sharing all that time together. I think I'm more spiritual than anything over the years. I find myself really going, I don't even know what the right terms are to say it, but yeah, more spiritual, traditional, for sure. And I do have to investigate more stuff because it's very hard to find the foods that they made back in that time. It's very hard to find, but I just hooked up with this group on Facebook that says I am Aleut, and I've reached out, and there's
Great.
lots of Aleuts that are texting, messaging, and telling me all kinds of things and avenues.
That's
So
great.
I'm
That's
looking
awesome.
through that too, so I can start something from my Alaska side
Yes.
every year with my girls.
Nice.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Yay.
That's Facebook smoke signals.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Using it for what it's supposed to be. Yeah, that's really interesting because a lot of the Russian whaling ships that used to come down through the coast in California and even off the islands where my dad's people are from, I look at some of our people and I look at them and I said, I know you're part of loot, because a lot of the fishers that were kind of kidnapped from your tribe and stuff and made to work on the whaling ships, when they saw other natives or other ports where natives lived or islands, they jumped ship and they lived with them. And so a lot of our people, when I look at them and say, they look more loot on their side. And some people go, wow, how'd you know that? Yeah, my grandma or my grandpa used to tell me that we're part of loot. And same with a lot of the Kumeyaay. I see some of them and I go, you look part Hawaiian? And this kid goes, how'd you know that? And I said, because some Hawaiians jumped ship, same thing, from the Russians and lived down here in Coronado on some of the islands until they got pushed in with all the natives. And they weren't allowed to live on Coronado Island anymore. But yeah, it's really interesting, family traditions, you know, and because at the same thing, all these people from all over the world, you know, same time, that winter solstice, Christmas, whatever spiritual gathering they do at the same time. Like from my mom's side, and my mom's Swedish, Italian, Russian, Austrian, but she made these anise, that flavor anise slices. So it's like this bread. She would just make this dough and then make this frosting with the anise too. And oh my gosh, she cut them into the wedges. And so they almost look like the biscotti wedges, but she would make a whole bunch of them and then give everybody a loaf for Christmas. So I always remember that smell and, you know, the gathering of relatives and food. In Hawaii, it was just our family, and every once in a while some family would come visit us. But when we moved back, oh, let the tamale making begin. You know, because of the missions and such, people later on in life would say, what, you guys put raisins in yours or olives in yours? Yeah, that's a mission thing. That's California native. So my nana, the first year when I moved back in 1978, 77, 78, that December, it was really cool to see all the uncles and everybody sitting at the tables, and aunties and my cousins and everybody, and sitting around tying tamales and tying one on too. But yeah, I'd had my finger tied to a tamale a few times and tell, pay attention what you're doing. Let me be the tire this time. So, you know, Kat got to jump in on that a couple of years. You know, she'd ask every time, is your family gonna make tamales again this year? and you know, this year I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, I big feeling that it's not gonna happen this year. But the past couple of years, it was cousins who stepped up. You know, because they're all, hey, the aunties aren't. You know, there was one year that there was not tamale making, and oh my god, big uproar went out over that. And so the next year, I believe it was my cousin Janine that said, hey, we're gonna have it at my house. And so everybody's like, yeah. So we all got together, and you know, last year, oh shoot, sorry. Last year my Uncle Bill showed up, and I was like, whoa, what are you doing here? He hadn't shown up in quite a few years. He lived in Vegas, but he was the first one to go in that COVID thing. And so Uncle Bill, I have one uncle left out of my dad's brothers. There was 5 brothers, and so Uncle Bill's up there making tamales with Alita and Dad and everybody else, and all my relatives, all my ancestors, going back in time, all the way up to making We Wish, that acorn mush back in the day during the winter time. The relatives, you know, they're all there waiting for us. They're all there waiting for us. And when we pray and think about them, they guide us and they walk beside us. But yeah, those traditions, they're really cool when, you know, families talk about, oh, we used to make these during Christmas time, or we used to make these. Hawaii was a good time too. My friends, oh, bro, you like lau lau? tea leaf with the rice with the either fish or pork and wrapped up. And Christmas time, I just wait. I knew my Hawaiian friends would, hey, you like lala? Yeah, bro. So all the different nationalities would come around with their food. And here, bro, here. Thanks for bringing it up.
Okay, so Julie, you can pick a card. And we're all gonna read our card, and it's for each of us, it's for our group, it's for all of you watching. These messages are for all of you. And mine says, I am totally adequate for all situations. I am one with the power and wisdom of the universe. I claim this power, and it is easy for me to stand up for myself.
Everything I touch is a success. I know I now establish a new awareness of success. I know I can be as successful as I make up my mind to be. I move into the winning circle. Golden opportunities are everywhere for me. Prosperity of every kind is drawn to me.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay. I can release the past and forgive everyone. I need to find the time to surf and skate and do more art. No, wait. I free myself and everyone in my life from old past hurts. They are, I don't know, and I am, they are from and I am from, to move into new glorious experiences. Yeah, go surfing.
Thank
Glorious
you.
experiences.
So I would like to go ahead and finish this circle, ending this circle with us lifting all this energy, all our sadness, everything that's happened inside of our families, in our community, in this country, in the world. We just ask Creator to take all of this and we release it, we lift it up to Creator, we let it go. We say thank you, Creator, for your blessings, for your protection, for watching over all of us and helping us with each and every person here and in our communities and our families at home. You know, we really do miss you all. Like this circle is not what it usually is, and it feels like it's been a year. It feels like it's been a year since we've seen everybody in person.
Basically,
So I just want to say thank you for watching, and thank you for attending today, and we hope that you'll enjoy the crafts that Julie will share with you, and we continue to think about you and pray for all of you out there, and wish you a happy winter solstice. All of your holidays that you celebrate, you know, enjoy them and be present, and remember that your presence is more important than the presents, you know, so
Nice.
try to be there every moment and you know, just be there for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, welcome back. We have 2 crafts lined up for you guys today. We have snowmen for the kids, and then later we're going to be doing these. It's like a table runner. The adults are going to be doing that, and we supplied the burlap and the cloth. So we're going to start with the easy one. Well, they're both easy, but we're going to start with the fun one. Well, they're both fun. Shoot, I can't even say that. Okay, we're going to start with the snowmen.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to get 3 pieces
of the styrofoam and the ball. Everybody's gonna get a glue stick, a skewer, and everybody's gonna get flannel in theirs. And we're gonna get little pipe cleaners, little
Lost his
balls.
nose.
He did lose his nose.
Yeah.
We're gonna fix that right now, and we're gonna get googly eyes. So that's for the kids. That's their project, and of course, I really want the whole family to do this together, because it is all about family. So you'll see this bag. Actually, we're gonna be delivering tomorrow, and we're gonna be delivering all of the activities. But you'll see our bag, and it's gonna have everything in it. You have your surveys that you guys please complete and send back, because if you complete more than 2, you will get that $50 gift card. We have a sewing kit for everybody. You're gonna have your burlap. You're gonna get your choice of the fabric. I have 3 different kinds. And then your little goodie bag with your little eyes and your pom-poms to put on. And then all your little fun little balls for the snowman body. And I think, you know, with ours, because it's cultural traditions and sharing, I thought, oops, excuse me, I thought it would be kind of cool that I put this in each and every bag, and it's a family search. It's just a family tree start. It's just something basic to get you to start looking into your family, your elders, and try to go back as far as you can. It's really, really, really cool. It's fun. It's important. Your little ones will grow up knowing where they came from. And so it's just a basic tree, and you start just with your mom and dad, and then again and go back. And you can do this, and right now, since we can't really go anywhere, you know, you got Messenger, we got FaceTime, you got the telephone, we can just call. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to do it. There really is, and it's important. So I just wanted to share that, looking into your family tree. So, we're gonna start. Now, I only have the 1 knife here, but adults, moms and dads out there, the base of the ball, so it doesn't go all over the place, you wanna just slice a little bit off the bottom, just so it plants flat down, so it's easier to work on. So please, adults only. I'm just gonna slice a little bottom off of that, and bam, pass that to you. And you can make your snowman, you don't have to use all 3 pieces, you can use just 2. It's all up to you. I'm just supplying the crafts, but you can make a snowman ornament for the Christmas tree. I mean, it's whatever you want to do with this activity. All right. So, you got your glue stick, and when you're gluing on your pieces, because I did a trial run, and you know this guy his nose fell off. So I suggest when you apply the glue, apply it to the ball itself, because you want to get a good chunk of that glue onto the thing. You don't want to just put a thin one, because this is a glue stick. So you really want to make sure when you're rubbing that glue stick on the ball, you leave a good chunk of glue there, so it sticks really well. Okay. There we go. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Really cool. And you can go Google it. Google images of do-it-yourself snowmen with styrofoam balls. There's lots of different ways you can do it. Tons. Okay. So we got our base ready to go. You can grab your glue stick. And like I said, you can use this as a base. You can do 2 pieces. You can do 3. We're gonna do 3. You're gonna grab your glue stick, and you're just make sure you get a good amount of glue stick on that ball, because you want that little whip, you want a good amount of glue on there for it to stick and stay and fall apart. Oh, perfect, perfect, just so, yep, you got it, that's perfect. And then press down, hold on to it for a second. If you don't think it's gonna stick, put a little bit more on there, don't be
You got a
afraid
whole
of it.
stick.
You got a stick. I'm gonna put it on both sides, maybe a little bit on both sides, to tell you the truth.
There you go.
We're gonna figure it out. We got this. This is fun. It's fun building a snowman, this is a fun craft. I don't care how old you are. It's fun.
kind of gets you out of that, you know, out of your everyday blah. It gets you just to kind of just be simple, just fun. You know, be with your kids, have fun, get messy. And if you have arts and crafts at home, if you have felt laying around at home, grab it. Grab some pieces. These are ping pong balls. And you can even draw on them. You can draw a face with your markers. If you don't want to glue anything, you can draw eyes, you can draw the mouth. You don't have to be. And like I said, it's going to be a little tricky at first. Add more glue. Yeah, Stephen, that's really good. See, and then Stephen, he's got the knife, and if you got it, you know, you just work with it. If you have an idea and you see a better way of doing it, do it. Have fun with it. Creative. Use your creative side.
Could be a better
juices.
mousetrap. The mouse will come up like, what's your name?
Better mousetrap. All right.
Where's my, oh, okay, lost my head.
Yeah, it's fun. Crafts are fun. You know, baking is fun. Like I said earlier, and when we're doing our talking circle, we do baking cookies, sugar cookies, and we bake hundreds of them. I'm not lying to you. We pass them out to our next door neighbors. Just put a little baggie with a ribbon on it, and the neighbors love that. Little, you know, a lot of sprinkles. Just make it fun, and they're simple. They're cheap to make.
We do sugar cookies too.
Yes.
It's so fun making the frosting.
Don't bake your snowman and make a mess.
Well, don't bake the snowman.
They look like
All
snowman.
right. So if we think that they're going to be secure enough, and you can wait, you know, wait it out. Be patient with the glue. Let it dry. We got googly eyes, and we got pom poms.
That's the pom-poms.
Let's see here.
We do like the eyes first.
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
We're gonna, like I said, you've got pom-poms in your bag, you've got eyes, and you can place them however you want. You don't have to do it exactly how we're doing it. I want you to use your imagination. I just want you to have fun with this, and I want you to do it your way. I just supplied you with all the fun stuff, but you do as you want with it.
Cat's gonna put like a third eye, cause she's all like that.
I'm
You're,
having an issue with my head here on this one, but
Your glue
we're gonna
is-
get there.
I see it. You mean this part?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I might,
gluing his eyes up
I
high.
might use the knife.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that
Can you-
technique that
can you pass
Stephen,
you kind of flatten
Thank
out
you.
or dome out the so it
Yeah.
kind of rests on each other.
yeah, so as we're doing this activity, we're finding that, you know, certain ways aren't gonna work. Like with the ball on top of this one is not sticking well, so I think Stephen had a really good idea with just taking out a little bit off the top of the, you know, the body part, and then the head will set nicer on top,
Yeah.
and it'll stay.
I kinda dug mine out, so that
Okay.
it's.
Hey, that's my snowman's named Doug.
So I think I'm gonna make a 2-1 while you guys make a 3-1, a 2-body one
Okay.
instead. So we're all
Oh,
gonna.
like that guy, yeah, cause all of a sudden
Yeah.
I'm like,
I like that guy.
Yeah, I
he
do
looks
too.
more like the one on TV, Burl
I
Ives.
think I might,
No, I miss Frosty.
I wanna make that guy
It's one
too.
of my favorites.
We're all improvising here.
Yep, gotta improvise, gotta just go with it. Just like life, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes doesn't go the way we
Yeah.
want it, or it's not, you know, not working that way it's supposed to. We're gonna figure it out, and we're gonna make it work. There's other ways, there's more than one way.
Yeah, Google his eyes. Hey,
Google his eyes. Okay.
Do we have felt for the scarf or not?
I do have some felt. I'm gonna grab it in a second here for us. I have it at the table like I should have. Alright. So just keep on working on that.
like the top part.
That made his
my little craft corner, I did find some felt.
Okay.
We can cut off pieces of how big we want it when we get to that point. Mm-hmm. Do that. Yeah, when I look at these styrofoam balls, you can even do ornaments with these styrofoam balls. You can just do a snowman head and then have that little hook that you hang the ornaments on, and then hang that up as the ornament too. I mean, you can do so much. There's a lot. And Kathy, do you mind passing me those pom-poms when you're done?
Not at all. Here you go.
Thank you. Yeah, I like the way this pipe cleaner's up like that for the hat.
It's cute.
It is cute. And just be patient, just have fun with it. There's no rush, don't try to hurry. This is not an activity that we want. You just want to enjoy the time with everybody. And if you FaceTime with your family, they could be doing a craft at their house in their kitchen or their dining area, and you could be doing it, and you guys can just do it all together through FaceTime. Since we can't be together in the same room doesn't mean we can't do things together, just in different avenues, because we're all learning that this past year. FaceTime is huge. Oh, I'm so sorry, Frosty. We're gonna get that head back up on you anytime now. Seeing that maybe just taught me that, you know, you could probably do like the pom-poms first on the ball, then let
Yeah.
it dry, and then add the head later, just to kind of,
That's a good idea.
I'm learning.
Every day.
I am learning. There we go. I'm gonna put a good amount on there this time. Oh, you know what? So you know what? I'm not a professional craft teacher, but we have skewers, and I forgot to introduce you to the skewer.
Yep.
So see, I'm not perfect in any way, but guess what, guys? The skewer is supposed to be for the body, to attach the body.
Keep that dude together.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I was
I'm
curious
getting
what
there.
this was
I'm
for.
getting there. I apologize. I can just break it. If you have a knife at home, you can cut it. But
Yeah.
this is for the parents. Please do this for the kids, because this is very sharp,
Yeah.
very sharp. But you can do it like, you know, measure like you think how tall for both the bottom and the top. Snap it in half. Bam. And then here's the body. So again,
That makes sense.
this is what it is. Okay, so
I know, you're just nice and didn't want to impale the
how
snowman. It's
funny is that, Julie? And I think I made it a little too long, so we're gonna
Okay,
snap a
mine
little
will.
bit more.
like some scissors.
Oh, I'm not gonna cut it. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Pliers have that little clippy bite thing in there. You can
There you go.
snap them off.
Right on. Good to know.
Just break it.
And even
Oh, I
with
feel
the,
so much. There we go. See, now you're good.
yeah,
Man, I'm telling ya.
yeah, that head's on there.
We
Yeah,
got
'cause
this, guys. We got this. We're all working together. Teamwork. That's what it's
I
all
was
about.
gonna poke a hole in the ping pong ball and go
Hey.
up, but if you can,
Okay.
Yeah. And if you don't like a design, you could change it too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. We're just showing you things you can do with everything that we're giving you. But please feel free to find a craft. If you can utilize this with something else, then make something else with it. Have fun. Okay, so I got its buttons. His heads are kind of, his eyes were a little crooked, but we're okay with that. There we go. I fixed you.
Hold still, Bob. Shishka, Bob. Don't scream.
Let me see
Hate it when
here.
snowmen scream.
So I'm gonna cut out a long piece of thin. I'm gonna do my little scarf thin. I'm gonna do lengthwise. And you guys will get a piece of felt too.
And you can cut it to whatever size you want. And you can, if you have a different type of glue, use that glue, sprinkle, what is that, glitter all over it? I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much you can do. Cause I'm sure you guys have other stuff at home you can utilize for the snowman or some other idea that you want to do. Alright, so I'm gonna put a little scarf on this guy. And I think I can just actually tie it. Let's see. I'm gonna do that. This is so fun. If you have paints, you can paint the balls before you start it. I mean, there's just like, I just tied it around his neck like that. And it looks cute. And Kathy, will you pass me a pipe cleaner when you get a chance, the
Sure.
red one?
Right.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So let's see here. I'm gonna give him a little bit, just little arms. And you can use the pipe cleaner as the arms. You just cut it in however length you want to for the arms. Oop. I snapped that right across the table. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna stick it on the sides.
Bye. I made that stick a little bit too long, so I just took my corkscrew and poked a hole in his ping pong ball head. There we go.
So I'm gonna try something with this pipe cleaner. Now, I stuck it out of his head like that. Looks like an antenna, but it's not.
I like it.
So I think what I was gonna do is I stuck just a little bit of the tip of the pipe cleaner into the head, because I'm gonna make a little swivel hat like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna like do that instead of gluing. I think it would work like this anyway, because you can form this
Mm-hmm. Like
Like-
alfalfa.
and like alfalfa. Or, I don't know if everybody knows alfalfa out there. I'm kind of
Oh, yeah.
dating myself and the little rascals over here, but we can just, we'll see how this turns out. I don't know,
I
we're gonna
did
see.
myself, nobody wanted to go out with me, so. Okay.
I'm just gonna make a fun little curly Q all the way up and see what this looks like. I'm kinda curious. And if anything, I can use a different longer piece. I'm just kinda curious to see what this looks like.
That is a really cute hat, though.
It is like the pom-pom on it.
Yeah.
So mine's coming out pretty good so far.
I like it.
It's kind of fun right there up on top. I
cute.
mean, you could like, and you can hang this from the Christmas tree too. You really can, if you want. Or put it in your bedroom by your bed. You can put it with the cookies that you leave out for Santa. If you kids leave cookies for Santa. A little ornament with the cookies. Okay. So we have that. And let's see here. Pipe cleaner. I grab it from this bag real quick. Alright, let's see here. He needs a mouth. I'm thinking maybe I'll glue with pom-poms.
We need more.
I'm thinking pom-poms. When you get a chance. Thank you very much,
You're
Kathy.
welcome.
We'll do pom-poms for the mouth. But yeah, if you have Sharpies, markers, paints, use those. If you find that it works better with what we're working with, then please, by all means, use whatever you want. All right, I'm gonna lay this guy down.
You know that sign.
Mhm.
She's just dropping on the floor.
Okay, here's mine so far.
Looking good.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so
Thank
cute.
you.
Yes. See that? I love how we're all given this more or less the same things, but everybody comes up with different ideas. That's the best.
The smile really brings them to life.
It does. Aw. And what was the first thing that Frosty the Snowman said when they built him? When they built him, there was the first words that popped out of his mouth was "Happy Birthday." I remember that. It's one of my favorite cartoons. Is Frosty the Snowman is one of my favorites. Happy birthday, he said. So remember that, because that might be one of our survey questions. Yeah, these styrofoam balls, you can do a lot with them. Maybe next year we'll do ornaments with them.
We have a lot, huh?
We did. We did. You could get, next year we can do ornaments and make it out of, like get a lot of fabric that's Christmas fabric, and we can make ornaments with them maybe next year if this is, if we can go ahead and do this taping again next year, which would be kind of cool if we could do that. And if you guys have ideas of like crafts, you know, put them on that survey on the back, write them down like for future ideas for crafts for family, because I'm always looking for ideas for more crafts to do with the kids and family. Ooh, he's gonna be a big happy snowman. Okay, I'll wrap this up here and we're gonna move on in a few minutes to the next craft. So there's one.
I like it. It's cool.
Oh my gosh, he needs a nose and then we're complete. That's funny.
Into the national band.
Okay, so now we're on to the next craft, and this is for all the adults out there. And we thought it would be kind of nice because to give you guys a piece of burlap and some native fabric. So you're gonna notice I cut them as good as I could, but please note, I'm gonna give you this burlap right here, like that piece for the centerpiece, and you can put this anywhere in your house. It doesn't have to be the centerpiece of a table. And then your piece of native fabric. You're gonna have to modify it. Get those scissors out, because you wanna make sure it's straight, and mine's off a little bit. So it's not gonna be perfect when you get it, but I want you to have fun with it. So get your scissors out and cut it however you want to cut it. And the intention of these pieces were for a burlap centerpiece, but you can cut this material up. You can use it and just, you know, you can cut it in strips and you can use it as a frame and frame the burlap. But I thought it would be kind of cool. Well, actually Kathy did. She suggested we cut a piece of fabric out for you guys, and you can use it as the centerpiece and have the burlap like the frame.
Oh, like placemat.
Of it, like a placemat. Yeah, like a placemat. Thank you. And then, so you were going to have to modify it. So you're going to cut it the way you want to do it. And when you get to that point, you're going to sew just all around each corner. Just sew the piece onto the burlap, and that's what you're going to do. But you can, like I said, you can cut this fabric out into any kind of design you want. You can even cut the designs out and just use that strip, and then you can sew it. You can glue it with Mod Podge onto this piece. You can do it however you want. Please, I want you to do it how you want to do it. If you see something that I don't, please go for it. I want you to do it. When you get done with it and you've got your piece secured onto the burlap and you want to fray the ends like that, what you do is you take that one piece of string, well, not this piece, obviously, or this one right here, making me like, Shirley, you know what you're talking about. But you're gonna go to the first piece there, and you're just gonna take it on down, and you're gonna fray as much as you want to however you want that fray to be.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and that's how you fray the ends.
Just go for it. Don't be afraid.
Exactly, exactly.
So that's gonna be for the adults, and I really, really hope you guys have fun with this centerpiece. Please take pictures of however you utilize this piece, and please send it to me through my email, julie@scareinc.org, please, because I really want to see all the finished products of your snowmen, all the activities from the past trainings that you guys have partaken in. Remember to do those surveys. Get that $50 gift card. I mean, shoot, Christmas is a few weeks away, and it comes in handy. I'll tell you that right now. And just have fun. And we really wish you guys a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Yes.
However you celebrate it, please have fun with your families.
Definitely. Merry Christmas, enjoy your holidays, and take pictures and send to us if you can. We'd love to see your family gatherings.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, and no regifting the fruitcake.
Okay.
Nice.